What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Happy to be with y'all on this Friday night. Friday night live like we always do around this time. Give or take some time. But we're here, man. I'm glad to be here with whoever's going to be here with me. So we'll get it started on this open topic. Anything that y'all got on y'all mind, feel free to express that and ask a question. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. If I can't, I won't. I'll just say I don't know. And the only rules that we have is everything we do in here, we do it with respect and maturity. Grown folks in here. Um, no trolling will be tolerated. No foolishness will be tolerated. So y'all click that like button as you come in. As we get a few more y'all in here, I'll make whatever announcements that I need to make. And we'll get it popping, man. I see a couple of y'all already sliding into the room. So we'll get it on, man. Let's go. Grady baby, that's interesting. That's interesting, Grady baby. He said Prince, me, Smokey Robinson, and Madonna. That's your musical Mount Rushmore. Wow, that's some pretty good company. I'm the only rapper in the group, but Prince is definitely on my Mount Rushmore. And of course, you know I got nothing but respect for Smokey because not only is he a great artist, he's written so many great hits for other artists. And, you know, Madonna, of course, is one of the greats. She was doing her thing strong back in the 80s, 90s, 2000s. So appreciate being included. JD, I see you. What's going down in Funky Town? Okay. L100 says, peace, K-Rino. They looked out lovely with an industrial crush groove CD. They body slammed the earth into the moon with that. Hold on. You said they looked out lovely with an industrial crush groove. Who is they? What you mean? I'm confused. I'm confused. You say they looked out lovely with an industrial crush. Who is they? Open topic, y'all. XR33 says, I finally caught a live open chat. Woo! Yeah, that's what's up, man. We're glad you're here. We're glad you're here. Everybody, anybody that's new, we definitely glad you're here. If you are new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And don't be a stranger. I go live every Friday for the most part, and sometimes Saturday or Sunday, sometimes. But I also post videos pretty much every day. So don't be a stranger. Come every day. Come check every day. Have your notifications on. Make your username familiar in my eyes, like some of the OGs we got in the building, man. Christos Demetrius says, K-Rino, will you ever top Triple Darkness Volume 2? I don't know. I mean, if you hold that album in high regard, then I would say that question would have to be answered by you. Because you say, would I ever top it? That means you hold it pretty high. I've dropped a lot of albums since that one, so I don't know where you rank that one, but my goal is always to try to outdo anything that I've done prior. So I appreciate the love. The Oath Keeper, what's going on? Zimbabwe, love y'all too. We love Zimbabwe, South Africa, all of Africa. Hope I can come. Yeah. LW4533. Time to apologize to Reed. He's playing better. No, I'm not going to apologize to Reed because he's playing better. Because from where you come from, you could be here, which was where he was, and now he's here. He's not playing like a number 3 overall pick in the whole freaking draft. No, he don't get no apology 8 games into the season. You know when he'll get an apology from me? Come playoff time, and we really need him, and he starts killing in the play, hitting major shots and making plays and doing it when it really counts. When we're in a tough 7-game series against the freaking Warriors, who we never beat, or we playing Denver or OKC, and Reed Shepherd comes through big time. It's 8 games into an 82-game season. He's coming off the bench, playing against second unit guys, and he's the number 3 pick overall. He's picked in the same slot that Michael Jordan was picked in. No, I will not apologize to Reed Shepherd because he scored 16 points, because he hit 12 points. No, he can't play, he can't guard nobody. Every time he comes on the court, they go right at him. If he's not making a shot, he's not a good ball handler. We need a point guard. He's not a good ball handler. They pressure him and he picks the dribble up and has to pass it up. No, I see the whole game. I know basketball well. Don't get excited because he went from here. Now he's here. Holler at me when he gets here. And we lost. Yeah. Y'all click the like button as y'all come in. What's up, Tim? I see you. Ice Mike, the OG, the legend himself. Ice Mike. What's up, my brother? Ice Mike, as a native, I don't know what it is, Louisianan. I don't know if that's if I said that right. Who'd you say won the verses the other week? Out of Cash Money and No Limit. Who'd y'all pick? Who'd you pick, Ice Mike? I need an expert opinion from someone who's from the state. JD say Point Blank birthday bash next weekend. That's right. Y'all come support the OG Point Blank. Yep. Okay. Say number 2, volume 2 is your favorite all time. Okay. The Canvas. I appreciate that. Man, you putting me in the category with Prince and Smokey as a songwriter? Man, whew, thank you. I'm not on that level, but is that Mitty Ken? Mitty, he said he ordered the comic book. Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Our new comic book, The Annihilation of the Evil Machine, is available now to order. We need all of y'all to go and order the new comic book. That's the website to order the new comic book, The Annihilation of the Evil Machine, based off the title track of the album with the same name. Y'all make sure y'all go support the new comic book just like y'all did the Galactic Quest comic book. Appreciate the love. Deep water, you think deep water? I'm glad you mentioned deep water, man, because yeah, that's more recent. I appreciate that. Ice Mike says one of his very favorites is open thought surgery. Appreciate the love, Ice Mike. Ice Mike say he record. I know you recording. I know you putting in some work. I already know. It wouldn't be right. You wouldn't be Ice Mike. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, hold on. I got lost, y'all. Y'all click the like button, man. Maybe we can get to 100 likes early. Say Carmelo made a Hall of Fame career not playing D. Yeah, but Carmelo was a top lottery pick. Didn't Carmelo go 3-2-3? And Carmelo was getting buckets from day one. Look, Carmelo, watch this. 2003, Carmelo Anthony should have won Rookie of the Year. They gave to LeBron. Why do I say Carmelo should have won Rookie of the Year? Carmelo was getting buckets, putting up numbers. LeBron was putting up numbers. Carmelo's team went to the playoffs. LeBron's team didn't even make the playoffs. So you don't get rewarded for winning. But you can't compare Carmelo Anthony to Reed Shepherd to Carmelo Anthony. Are you really trying to mention Reed Shepherd in the same light as Carmelo Anthony? That just clicked in my head. And I guarantee you Carmelo's defense was better. It's better than Reed Shepherd's is right now. Alex says, have you ever heard of Sabir Bey? The brother is live right now. Can we invite him to the Underground Dialogue podcast one day? If you set it up, I mean, I'm not familiar with who he is or what he does. You familiarize me with him. Tell me who he is and what he does. But shout out to him. What's up, Lester? Robert Sanders, how do you deal with a toxic coworker that you help get hired? Whoo, yeah, that's tough. How do you deal with a toxic coworker that you help to get hired? Well, the first question I would have to ask is, even though you help them get hired, do y'all work in the same space? Are you around that toxic coworker a lot? Is this toxic coworker male or female? And if you could briefly kind of give us an idea of some of the things that the toxic coworker is doing to fall under the category of being toxic. But that's a tough one because it's hard when you help somebody get on and then they become problematic. So now you like, oh man, I'm the reason why this person is even here. So kind of give me some details. Not a lot. You don't have to give me a lot. Because another question I would ask you is, in what ways are they being toxic? Are they being toxic in terms of the work environment, like being messy with other coworkers and gossiping or creating division or being argumentative and all that? Or is the person's work performance bad, or is their work performance good? See, because if their work performance is bad, then what happens is they ain't gonna be that long no way, you know. But if they're toxic, but they're still working, but they still working good, like, oh man, this person is doing a great job, but they're toxic. Kind of give me a little more detail. I need a little bit more. I need a little bit more. Horace Gully Jr. says, how in the world do you produce so much quality and quantity at such an inconceivable rate so effortlessly? AI couldn't replicate your career trajectory. Are you a poet and you didn't know it? Um, First of all, I appreciate that. That's number one. Thank you for the kind words. Secondly, it's not. I wouldn't use the word effortlessly because it's not as easy or effortless as it may appear on the outside looking in. Because once I put the music out, it's like, wow, he's putting out all this music, but I'm working. I put it down in terms of just putting the work in, putting the time in, putting the thought in, putting the energy in. So there is an extreme effort that takes place behind the scenes, but what drives that effort is people like you, people who appreciate the effort, people who recognize that, oh yeah, this dude putting out, as like you said, quality and quantity, because that's the key. The quantity, the amount of work would mean nothing if the quality of work is not right there on side of it. So yeah, man, it's just a situation where that is my the consistency, not of quantity, but the consistency of quality is what I hang my hat on, and I want people to go, man, he came out with another one and it's still comparable to the other stuff. Oh, we came with another one after that. I don't never want to slack off or fall off. I appreciate that. New album coming soon. Now, since we mentioned that. Is that Alicia? I hope I'm saying your name right. Alicia Sion says, well, hey there. I have a bit of a poetic flow, but most of the time I'm going to war. And I just wonder, is that normal? Overwhelmed in a situation and it's all I write about. When you say you most of the time you're going to war, do you mean like that's the type of content you're putting out, a lot of aggressive content, or not necessarily aggressive content, but speaking about, writing about being conflicted internally, that type of stuff? Is that what you mean? But even so, what I would say is that whatever is in you that wants to come out, let it out. That's all right, because every artist, for the most part, they have a dominant zone. They have a dominant realm of content. That's a dominant style that overrides everything else. So I'll give you an example. If you have somebody who's a lyrical rapper, for the most part, that's going to be their foundation. They're going to get out a lot of bars. They're going to get out, but they'll speak on some reality subjects from time to time. They'll speak about relationships from time. They'll mix it up. So the next question that I would have to ask you would be, when the content that you're speaking of, you say, well, most of the time you're going to war. When that type of content comes out, is it good? Because if it's good, if it's dope, cool, let it out. Let it out. And whatever you're going through internally and you expressing it artistically, it's going to resonate and connect with other people. XR33, what are your thoughts on Giannis and his mentality of the game? I love it. I love Giannis. I love his mindset. And Giannis understands what it's all about. He comes to play. He don't take no nights off. And when I say he don't take no nights off, I don't mean physically not playing. They all load manage for the most part. I mean, when he's actually playing, he plays hard. He's one of the hardest playing guys that's come through the league. He don't cheat the game when he's out there on the floor. Yeah, he gonna get 30 and 10 by accident. Yeah. What's up, Vincent? I see you. Joshua, what's going on? MC Josiah, thank you for the donation. Appreciate the love. It's always appreciated. MC Josiah says, what's up, K-Rino? We're finally going to be making a trip down there soon because Dad got a new job making double. So I'm going to start traveling soon. That's what's up, man. Say, Dad got a new job making double. He threw that in there like, woo. Just imagine everybody right now, whatever your salary is at your job, it doubles. Man, that's a blessing. You just make it twice. Then you can afford to take care of your household 2 times over, or 1 time over. It's a blessing. Christos, will you ever do a part 2 to Evil Machine? I can't say. A lot of people always ask me about part 2. Certain things make sense for a part 2. Other things maybe not. So I couldn't say. I touch on the machine a lot in different ways and on different songs. But you never know. Mitty says my all-time favorite song is So Grateful. I know that's right. Thank you. I appreciate that. L says no one knows who they is. Is that L Jackson? Yo, K-Rino, hope life is good for you, man. Hope life is good for you too. God is great. I'm blessed. We're all blessed. That's right. Grady Baby says, which mystical was in the verses? Mia X did her thing. Absolutely. I love Mia X. Righteous by nature. Peace, peace, peace. I see you in the building. Yeah. Mythical 444. Hey, K-Rino, what's your biggest struggle that you're facing if it's not too personal? Biggest struggle. The biggest struggle is always the internal fight with self to be better, to be a better person, to be better in general as a person. You struggle with that. We are not in a perfect state at all. So we live in a world that's always pulling on you in other ways and in the wrong ways, and so it's an internal war that's always going on. But I would say, it ain't just one for me. Also struggling when you see people, when you see certain people that are struggling and suffering, and it's only so much that you can do to help. That bothers me a lot. I wish I had a lot of money where I could help people that are really, really in need of help and just take a lot of pressure off of folks like that. That's something that bothers me. I don't like to see people struggling. And there's a lot of other stuff, it'll come to me as I go along. But nah, I mean, that's a good question. LW said you did the same to Amen. I look forward to when he proved. Amen came along fast. Yeah, well, hey, give him a year. I gave him a year. It was called last year. Amen's second year was last year, and he was already all NBA defense last year. So I watched Amen locking Steph Curry up 1-on-1 in the playoffs last year. That dude ain't coming along like that. He's not gonna make no Amen Thompson type of leaps. All I need him to do is make that shot when he open, because that's all basically he gonna be good for. What else? What is the ceiling for Reed Shepherd in your eyes? Is he gonna become Steve Nash? Is he gonna become Stockton? Is he gonna become Mark Price? I'll say he made right now. I call him Brent Price. Probably got to look up Brent Price. Y'all don't know. It's Mark Price's little brother. Walaikum salam, brother Chris. Glad y'all made it home safely. Hope y'all had a good time. I heard it rained out there when I left. Did y'all get caught up in that rain at the Loud Fest? Elite City says, did you hand out candy on Halloween? No. Grady says, I felt the same about Carmelo's Rookie of the Year. Yeah, Carmelo should have won Rookie of the Year, but they had already exalted LeBron. They had already held LeBron up to the moon. So it was ordained. Mythical says, was there ever a song you did that you regret making or thought should have been better? I got a lot of songs that I thought should have been better. Even to this day, I listen to them like, could have been better, should have been better. And I got a few songs that I regret making. Glendoy, what's going on? I see you. Okay, back to the toxic coworker. Robert says, yes, he comes in my office constantly, overtalks me, and worry about my schedule. He barely works, and I give him a pass because he is 15, 20 years old. So you hired him. You actually are over him, right? You got to lay down the law. You got to say, hey, look, it ain't got to do with him being older than you. He's older than you, so you have respect for somebody who's older than you, as an elder, but on that job, he's under you, if indeed that's the position that y'all are in. So no, he has to understand that he works for you, or he works under you. So he doesn't have the authority, if you will, to just keep. You have to let him know, hey, bro, we all got work to do. If he's coming in your office constantly, then he's not doing his work. There's no way. See, it's a lot of people that come on jobs like that. They come on jobs and they just try to take over the operation. And I've seen it where people are like, dude, this company's been around for a billion years. And now that you get hired, you want to come in and saying everything that's wrong with it and what y'all not doing right. And see, this is how y'all should have did this. And the company been around since 1645. So no, if that is the case, if you're indeed over him, you got to lay down the law. You got to let him know, hey man, brother, I can't have you continue to keep coming in my office. I have work to do, and so do you. And why are you worried about my schedule? You got to ask those questions, like, brother, why are you asking about my schedule? It's my schedule. You say he barely works? Oh no. I just read that part. No, that can't go, bro. Because it sounds like he's taking your kind gesture as a pass for him to just be Cadillacing on the job. I'm not saying fire him, but I'm saying give him the warning, give him the understanding, like, bruh, you got to work, bruh. You're here to do a job. I'm here to do a job. You here to do a job. All these people here to do a job. And you're coming in here all day, all throughout the day, and you're not getting no work done. That's not going to fly, bro. You got to do some work. Just got to lay down the law, man. You got to put your foot down. You got to put your foot down. See, sometimes we have these problems within ourselves where we feel bad about having to check somebody or tell them no or line them back up. You got to line people up sometime, because eventually their ways and their negligence can spill over to you. You know, because I'm sure him coming in there all the time interrupts what you have to do. You can't let that happen. Grady says Wilt is the GOAT, in your opinion. Did you ever see Wilt play? Come on, Grady. You say Wilt is the GOAT. See, I love Wilt. I can look at Wilt's highlights. I can look at his stats, but it's hard for me to say somebody is the greatest that I've never seen play. And I'm confident when I say nobody in this chat saw Wilt Chamberlain play basketball. I was 3 or 4 years old when Wilt Chamberlain retired. Only clips I've ever seen of Wilt Chamberlain were old black and white clips when he was playing against Bill Russell up into the 70s, where he was playing, like I say, when it was color TV finally. But I can't say I watched Wilt Chamberlain play the way I just know the ins and outs of his game and how he performed. And I can read stats. Well, Wilt hit 60 that night. I can do that. But I watched Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in the back half of his career. When I started watching basketball in like 81, 82, Kareem was still really, really good, all the way up to when he retired, when he declined. I saw Magic, Bird, Olajuwon, Jordan. I watched these dudes, their whole career. I saw their whole career. I saw thousands of games that these guys played. So I view them like, okay, I can gauge how I view. I can't gauge Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain. I didn't see him play. Phantom Face final. Phantom Face says, I have that same problem. It went from great wordplay to total war, since my partner Pat. I mean, again, if it's in you, and it's coming out, let it come out. Let it come out. Eventually, you will start to go into other areas, other topics, other realms of subject matter. But if you're in a war zone right now, if you're in a storm right now internally, let it out. It's all right. You don't have to feel no kind of way like, man, this is all I'm writing right now. Write it. Ice Mike said that was an accurate statement from the viewer. Props to him for conveying it that way. And we know it must be hard work, but as confident as you deliver them, it may seem effortless. I mean, well, that's the goal, because y'all get the result. Y'all get the result of the work. It's equivalent to seeing a building, a big, beautiful building, pretty glass windows. You walk inside, it got marble floors, majestic ceiling, stairway. It's just beautiful on the inside, man. It's just a wonderful building or a home. You see the home, but there was a time where it was just a slab of dirt, concrete, and a bunch of dudes out there building and pouring cement and getting sweaty and working all in the heat and hammering wood and nails, steel beams being carried, tractors. And that was a time all that was being done. That's the part that we don't really think about. Just like when you making a beat. If I came to your crib right now, Ice Mike, and you say, "Hey, Kate, check this one out," and you hit that bad boy, I'll just, woo. All I'm hearing is, "Woo." Did you change it up and put something else in there? That's all I'm hearing. But I wasn't there when you was first, when that Metrodome, when you first started and you start playing, and you might have messed up on that pole now. Or you say, "I don't like that." And you put them drums in there. No, I don't like that pattern. The building of it, that's the blood, the sweat, and the tears. But yeah, that's the goal, to make the difficult seem easy. Adam Anarchy, I appreciate that. Ali says Sabir Bey is a Muslim brother. Yeah. Scholar, movie producer, radio host, historian, researcher, super knowledgeable in all topics you could think of, including hip hop. He knows KRS-One. They often do work together. Okay, cool. I'm going to check him out. Yeah, if he's ever in Houston, tell him to come sit down with me. Yeah. 13 Lucky Ireland. You're the best lyricist. I appreciate that, man. There's so many great ones out there, man. If I'm just mentioned, I'm grateful. Appreciate that, 13. Mitty says I done shipped K-Rino CDs to Africa. Keep it up. Buy CDs. Buy CDs. Buy CDs. Grandmaster Rodimus says was modding for another live, but I am here now. DJ Rick, what's up, Dougie Doug? They've been hitting me with some Legends 34 questions tonight. I'm mourning tonight's loss to the San Antonio Spurs. We need a point guard. Bad. Appreciate the love, Doug. Need a point guard bad. It's going to be a wasted year if we don't get a guard. We don't get a point guard. They're not going to win. They turn the ball over too much. They'll have a good regular season, but it's going to be a wasted year. And KD going to be a year older. Yeah. It's always something. Man, Fred. Yeah. Wise brother 88. Do you think CP3? I told you they hitting me with like some sports questions. Do you think CP is a top 5 point guard? To me, he's top 3 point guard of all time. Okay. Magic, number 1. Nobody's ever moving Magic out of the number 1 spot for me. You got Isaiah Thomas. Now, the tricky part is that, and these days and times, the point guard position is not played the way that it was played 25, 30 years ago. The point guards are really like, they score like 2 guards. You got people like Steph Curry who's scoring. You got people like Dame Lillard scoring. You know, people like Kyrie Irving scoring. But these are point guards. So by position, just under the label of point guard, it's hard for me to put those guys. I think a point guard is guys who set the table, run the show, create for others. So you got Magic, you got Isaiah, you got Stockton, and then you got Chris Paul, who is a traditional old school style point guard. So from that definition of point guard, even though he hasn't won, I'm hesitant to say top 5. Maybe hard to put him in top 5 if he ain't never won, man. It's hard. But Stockton didn't win either. But Stockton, the all-time leader in assists and steals. So I got to put Stockton in there. Nobody's catching Stockton. They talk that noise about passing Kareem and now passing LeBron. Kareem record never going to be broken back. Ain't nobody catching Stockton assists total. So Jason Kidd, Magic, Jason Kidd, Isaiah Thomas, Stockton. That's 4. Let me think on it. Give me a minute. Because J Kidd, I'm taking J Kidd over Chris Paul all day long. And it's people I'm forgetting. It's somebody I'm forgetting. Hey, y'all, check it out. Y'all can order the new comic book, The Annihilation of the Evil Machine comic book. Y'all can order it right now. I just put the website down there. What's up, Vanessa? I see you in the building. Vanessa done snuck up in here. What's going on? Wise brother coming with the numbers. He says CP3 was the first player in NBA history to have 20,000 points and 10,000 assists. He had that before LeBron? Does LeBron have 10,000 assists? Or is he closing in? That's impressive. That's impressive. 20,000 points, 10,000 assists. That's very impressive. That makes a great case. That's why I said just hold on. But those are my 4 so far. Let's not forget, if we want to go old school, you got to throw Oscar in there. the big O, the triple-double king. All these guys got championships that I'm naming except Stockton, of course. Yep. MT Show Me State says, when's the last time you heard from Fisu? Well, Fisu goes to the mosque that I attend. I haven't been to the mosque in a while. Got to change that. But that's my brother. I see Fisu typically at the mosque, or I run into him from time to time. It hasn't been a long, long time since I've seen Fisu. That's my brother. That's my homie. Anamanaki says, man, if my disability pension doubled, I wouldn't have to be on the street. Government assistance is bunk without even a car. I don't think you have to be on the street, Anamanaki. I met your dad. You remember when I came to Canada and you introduced me to your dad? Your dad seems like a good man. I don't think you have to be out there like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Glandor says none of these so-called top-tier rappers want to see face in the verses. I won't read that last part. The verses that I think everybody really wants to see is Face versus Ice Cube. That'll be the one. They need to do that, especially if it's a bag involved. Face versus Cube. XR33. When I listen to 80 Minute Eternity, I go into a crazy time travel trip. Hey, that's the point. Come travel with me. I'm gonna take y'all some places on this new one. Phantom Face says, I'm on a 12-day vacation. My birthday Wednesday. I'm in Charlotte. Man, happy birthday, man. Everybody say happy birthday to Phantom Face. Future birthday, 3 or 4 days from now, man. Happy birthday, my brother. I hope you have 1,000 more and have fun on your vacation, man. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself, man. Popcorn 7298 says, I'm new here, but love you and Zero Song. The game goes on. I appreciate that, Popcorn. Don't be a stranger, man. I don't want you to be new here. I want you to be true here. I want you to be a regular. So make sure you subscribe and come to this channel. Even if you don't get the notifications, just come check on me every day, because we drop videos pretty much every day. A little short video. I don't do the lives every day, but you know, I need you to reach OG status. Yeah. Is that Exate 703? I see you. I see you. Carrington J. Why are there so many $1 million slaves? Well, I would say part of the reason to that is there are people who are willing to give you millions of dollars to ride with their agenda, to suppress truth, to uplift your people. There are so many of us who will take the money over distributing the message. So when that comes along and you're offered finances and a lifestyle that can give you all the material things that you want, to give you the money that you want, and it all comes under the condition of as long as you ain't pushing that black conscious, wake up. Nah, you don't want to hear that. We just want you to be a good little performer. Get on the stage. Don't be too extreme. We don't want you out here inciting any consciousness in the people. So that's why it's a lot of $1 million slave. People value money over principles and message. Adam Anarchy says, the struggle made me great. It's giving me motivation lately. I wish I could help other poor people more, but got to look after myself first. Just do what I can here and there. Yeah. I pray that everybody that have it in their heart to help people are blessed to be able to do that. 13, Lucky Island. How many songs do you have? Well, how many songs have I written? I don't know, man. I feel like I'm in the top 5 most songs written as a rapper. I feel like I'm in the top 5 most albums as a rapper. I'm not gonna say I got the most. I feel like I'm in the top 5 though. Popcorn, you rocking with the Grand Deception? I appreciate that. You said how many songs do you have written down in folders that you have not put out? I got a lot of songs that I never put out. They just wasn't ready yet. And other songs that you go back far. And see, I got songs written from back before I was even making records. Back just in my battle rap days and stuff I had wrote. There wasn't for actual recording purposes. This the homie KO, Vanessa. You know KO, SPC2G. It's one of his shirts. Yeah, Doug. Reed Shepard ain't Mark. He's more Brent, in my opinion. Grady Baby says, K, do you watch the epic rap battles of history? They are all good. Like the old school stuff, like what? Busy B and Kumo D? One of my favorite battles that I listen to a lot, Roxanne Shante versus Sparky D. You go online, it's on YouTube. You pull up Roxanne Shante versus Sparky D, man. That was dope. Yeah. Alicia says, from being oppressed in a relationship by a narcissist. Got to get out. Got to get out. Sometimes it's not that simple. Some people say, well, man, it's not that simple. And I understand, but sometimes it is just that simple. Once you realize this ain't for me, this is not, get out. Because people will milk you to the bone if you let them. If you let them. Okay, you missed that rain, Brother Chris? Good. Carrington J says, tell them what they need to know, not what they want to hear. Yep, got to. Atif Khan, what's up, my brother? Long time. Peace to you. Yeah. He's been away. Well, we glad you back. Don't be no stranger. Man. Is that I can never say your name. I just know that it ends with zero waste. Peace and love from Canada. Watched a couple of your short vids this week. Thank you. Please. Thank you. That means a lot, man. All of y'all who watch my podcast, Underground Dialogue, and all of y'all who watch my daily videos, I appreciate that. Go watch the Underground Dialogue podcast latest episode from this past Wednesday with Big Raw. Man, that brother, if y'all ever want to know just the history of Houston hip hop, watch that episode, man. Because a lot of y'all come on here, but y'all don't watch my podcasts. Plural podcasts. Yep. Matt Greer is in here. Alicia says, oh, and by the way, I listen to you daily. Oh, that's what's up. Blessings to you. That's what I'm talking about. Mythical says, if you weren't an MC, what else do you think you'd be doing right now? I have no clue. I thank God for rap music. I don't know what I would do or be. I have no clue. I would probably be miserable, though. If there was no such thing as like rap music, and I would be miserable. I wouldn't like, life would be different for me. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my gosh, it would be different. Okay, Robert says, similar position, but I have more control over the program. Thank you for the advice. Your song saved my life. God saved your life, brother. I appreciate you, especially all I went through. Yeah, well, you got to put your foot down, bro. You got to let the brother, hey, brother, I got to work, man. Well, I got work to do, man. And you do too. I can't sit in here and chop it up with you all day long. And I'm sure there's people over him that may be wondering. I ain't saying don't go tell on nobody, but you got to tell him like, hey, brother, I got to work. I got stuff to do, man. And you do too. Just move around. Every time he come around, move around. See if he can get the hint. Yeah. Uh-oh, I'm catching up, y'all. L says, but getting through a solo showed me who I didn't need. Keeping composure in the crisis, that's a gift indeed. Who said that? All right, I'm catching up, y'all. Just like, oh. I like it. Just like that, I caught up. And like, no, I didn't. Open topic, y'all. Y'all hit the like button if you're just coming in. Everybody just get in here. Y'all click that like button, man. Y'all don't click that like button. I hope you get bit by a Culex mosquito. Y'all remember that? Favorite Gang Starr song. These are the words that I manifest. Yep. XA said, I bought a couple of your albums recently from eBay. I'm not going to mention the seller's name unless you want me to. I was just wondering if you knew about this seller. No, man, you got to buy it from me, man. You know, now if it's something that might be rare and there's somebody got it I might not even have, okay, go ahead. But I would much prefer that y'all buy my music directly from me. I'm the vein, I'm the source. But like I said, if they may have something that I don't have. Somebody may have an authentic Danger Zone album, this actual original press, and you want it, okay, go ahead. But for the most part, don't make it your norm to buy my music from anywhere but me. Appreciate the love though. I don't care who the seller is. That don't bother me. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. You say I don't want to purchase the record if the money is not going to you. That's what I'm saying. But get it straight from me. Mitty says, why would the devil think he could beat God? Because he's the devil. It's like that's the arrogance of the devil or a devil or the devil or a devil, however you want. The arrogance of a devil is that they will put themselves in the position of God and they will try to make the people worship them as God. And they will challenge God. And the high ranking devils will believe that they can defeat God. And even the ones that don't believe that they'll defeat God, because you got a lot who know who they are and they know that the devil's world is coming down, they'll say, okay, I can't beat you, but I'll make sure I take a lot of your people with me. Alamo Andretti said Allen Iverson was one of the first to start that, a score first point guard. Well, yeah, well, in the modern time, because like I said, go back to Oscar. See, we think about in the modern time, we say, well, Allen Iverson was one of the first scoring point guard. Nah, in the resurgence, because you had Magic and Stockton and Mark Price and guys like that who set the table. But there's always been point guards who played the position of point guard that got buckets. Oscar got 20-some thousand career points. And he was playing in the 60s. Isaiah Thomas got buckets. Rod Strickland got buckets. KJ got buckets. These dudes could score. Make no mistake about it. So Iverson comes along, but the truth be told, Iverson was really a two guard. He just was in a point guard's body. There was nothing point guard about Allen Iverson's game. Allen Iverson wasn't coming out there calling the plays, setting the table. Hey, you go to Allen Iverson come out there getting buckets. So he was really a two guard. Because if you remember, that was a time where they would start Eric Snow next to Allen Iverson. And Eric Snow was the point guard, and Iverson was get buckets, get buckets. But he was the beginning of that for the new wave. He set the table for the Steph Currys and, like I say, the Dame Lillards and the Kyries, who it's understood that if you play that position, you got to be able to put the ball in the hole. Dudes like Magic will have 15 points, 13 rebounds, 18 assists, and just dominate the game. Magic ain't got to get 30 or 40. He could. If Magic wanted to, Magic could average 25, 30 points a game for his career if he wanted to. XNXC, I see you. Yeah, Grady, DOC is from Texas. He's from Dallas. Appreciate the love, XNX. Appreciate that. DJ Rex says, honorable mention Bob Cousy. Yeah, you're going way back. But Cousy got about 6, 7, 8 rings. Am I going to do a special edition comic for part 2? Part 2 of what? What part 2 of what? I'm confused. How far back did I go? Emmett, what's going on? Man, peace and love, man. Say the Freestyle Fellowship crew. Appreciate the love, Emmett. Respect to y'all, man. Yeah, man, y'all show my homie Phantom Face some birthday love. That's what I'm talking about. Savage Philosopher is in the building. The Murder Fiend is in the building. You listen to Bloody Hatchet? You went back to the Personal Vendetta days. Man. Packing Heat? Oh, yeah. You in that realm. Dollar Bill is in the building, y'all. If y'all just coming in, click that thumbs up. Dollar Bill, y'all. Freddie One, I see you. Atif Khan, I see you. Oh, it's not my birthday. It's Phantom Face birthday coming up next week, Savage. Those birthday shout outs are for the Phantom Face. Connie done slipped in here. Mythical says, do you believe that the 70s was the greatest decade for films? That's a good question. I never thought about what decade was the best decade for movies. Now, music, I think the 70s might have been the best decade for music. The type of music I like, but music in general. 80s right behind it, because that's when rap came in. But movies, best movies. What decade were the best movies made? Hard for me to answer that. Great movies made in the 70s, 80s. I don't know, man. I can't answer that. I got to think on that one. That's a great question. That's a tough question. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. I'm working on it, X and X. Blessings to you. Savage, what does K-Rino actually mean to me? That's a dude who like to rap. Everybody knows. Take that H out of my name, man. Remove that H. Get rid of that H. MT Show Me State. What's your least favorite album and why? Hmm, that's a good question too. My least favorite album. Eh, let me think about it. I don't know, man. Let's see. Oh, I got it. What took me so long? Easily. I'm thinking about out of the stuff I like. My least favorite album is the project I did when I was with this label back in the late 90s, my self-titled album. The album that just has my name across it with the little plain background. It came out in 1998, it's self-titled. That's my least favorite album because the people that I was dealing with at the time, they took the album and the business went bad, and then I stopped giving them music, and they just basically made the album the way they wanted to make it, and it was just a mess. So yeah, that would be my self-title would be my least favorite album. Yeah. Little Season. What do you know about the little season from the Bible? Satan's short season, Revelation 20. I mean, it teaches. I think I kind of got an idea, but I don't like to jump the gun. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. ET, what's going on? South Park. Phantom Face says, I can't believe I'm about to be 47. Ha ha. Shh. Wait till you hit 50. Wise Brother said, what's a song or album of yours that you think people underrate or don't give enough credit to? Well, the song that people don't give enough credit to, and I've said this before, is a song I got called Hearing Double. People don't really understand. They don't understand. Song I got called Hearing Double. Album wise, I got a few of them. I feel like all my albums are underrated. Yeah, I done put out enough. I done put out so much stuff that I feel like got slept on. Yeah, that whole seven, the whole big seven, just that whole effort. Yeah. Mythical says for Gangsta Nip's first album, were y'all laughing in the studio from his bars? It's one of the funniest albums ever made. I wasn't there when he recorded um, the album. I was only there for a couple of songs. I think I was there for two songs. I was there for the one I was on, Rough Brothers from South Park, and I was actually there. There's another song that he did on that album called Action Speaks Louder Than Words. And I was in the studio when Willie D recorded his verse for that song. I was there. So that was the only two times when I was in the studio during Gangsta Nip's album. But yeah, but we was going crazy once we heard the whole album. Karen says K would be the next Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite. Hey, that's one of my heroes, man. I love Rudy Ray Moore. I ain't even got it. I could flex on y'all real quick. I've done it before. I'm a real Dolomite fan, man. If y'all want me to flex, just say yeah. Just type it. If I get 10 people that say flex, I'll do it. But if not, hey, I won't. Robert said 1995 is the best year for movies. Seven, Black Panther, Casino, The Usual Suspect. And see, I'm not a huge movie guy like that. I got certain movies I like, so I'm not qualified to say what decade. I just got movies I like. But the 90s, yeah, you know, yeah. I love black exploitation movies, as they call them. Yeah. Hey man, if y'all have not watched the latest episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast, please do so when we get off this live. Y'all want to learn about Houston history, the origins of Houston rap, and just a bunch of deep history, go watch this week's episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast, man. The Murder Fiend says, what's Texas Tech been up to? Is he featured on any of your podcasts? That's my brother. I haven't talked to him in a while. I'm gonna holler at him and see what, but that's my brother, man. You know, you got certain people you just came up in the struggle with. We starved together. That's my brother there, man. One of the realest. Mossberg, what's up? I see you, Mossberg. Yeah. Okay, Dolly, you said he mean a variant cover. Okay, all right, man. I'm a little slow. David said crabs in a bucket. What is that the answer to? Alex 2021 says, my brother K-Rino, are all your albums ever released available as a bundle deal? Yeah, just hit me up. We'll make it happen, man. That's my email. I just put my email down there. We'll make it happen. Yeah. Destroying Fear. And look, see, you say the purple CD. That's the self-title. You say that's your favorite. Nah, I can't knock what your favorite is, but heck no. Heck no. If that album would have came out the way it was supposed to come out, it would have been a different ball game. David says, never let work make you forget yourself. Give it to the king, but realize and give to the real king. All right, trying to catch up. What's up, Connie? Erica. Oh, that's Eric Amnesian. Okay. 90s was good, yeah. Minnie says, will you be doing more songs with Beast 1333? It's possible. You never know. You never knew. Yeah, Murder Fiend. If I ain't had rap, whew. Y'all click the thumbs up, man. Can we get to 100 tonight? I don't know. I see a Demetrius in the building. GNX. What's going on? Shout out back to you, my brother. Appreciate the love. Turn the lights out in zero gravity. Wow. Okay. Eric. Mossberg says not enough rappers are saying anything about the agenda besides you. We need to rap about that more. Yeah, especially now. It's getting critical, man. America is in that unraveling phase. If we live in America and we can't see this country just falling apart, you are either crazy or blind or drunk, blind, crazy, mentally ill, dead, in a coma, crazy again. America on the way out, man. That's right, Vincent. And God, we better trust. Yeah. I'm good, Connie. I appreciate that. Rex says 94 was a hell of a movie. Year. Shawshank, Jurassic Park. See, it's certain movies I remember from by years. All my favorite movies I remember when they came out. But y'all are real movie people. I couldn't have told you what year Jurassic Park and Shawshank came out, and I don't. But that's when you know you really, really a movie person. You know. What's my favorite horror movie? I don't know, because horror movies don't scare me. They more so make me laugh. Ice Mike says Rudy Ray Moore was a friend of mine via my pops band too. He let me use his sample. Yeah, on the strength. The great Dolomite, man. Uh-oh, wait a minute. I said 10 flexes. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, man, 10 on the dot look like. You like that raps and beats, Carrington? That's what I'm talking about. Woo-hoo-wee. Y'all see it? Y'all see it? Come on, man. Yeah, I bet y'all ain't got one of these. I bet you ain't got one of these. I bet you ain't got one of these. Yeah. Straight from the man himself. Rudy Ray. King with a capital K. What's going on? K-Rino, you're my dad's favorite rapper. His name is Dixon Myers. Man, respect to your dad. Make sure you tell your dad that I appreciate it. I ain't got nothing but love for him. And we got some new music coming out. Make sure you subscribe to our podcast. Make sure he gets the new comic book. A lot of stuff coming. A new album dropping too. I bet you ain't got one of these. Yeah. I told you I could flex on y'all if I wanted to. Alex Reeves, I see you. Alex Z's, my bad. Motion Mix Entertainment. Abraham Lincoln was a good old man. All right, let me see. We're not gonna make it to 100 likes tonight. Motion Mix says the longest shutdown ever. Yep. Hey man, we in the beginning. I ain't gonna say the beginning. We in the fall of America, man. We better quit trusting in them folks and trusting God and in each other. I bet you ain't got one of these. The new album will be dropping one day. It's all your fault, Dollar Bill. Hey, I need everybody in here. Y'all need to blame Dollar Bill for the album not being out. But look, watch this. I want y'all to blame Dollar Bill for the album not being out yet. But when the album does come out, I want y'all to thank Dollar Bill. Now, how crazy do that sound? Yeah. Yeah, Ice Mike say crazy funny dude. I give him the utmost respect. Yeah, man. Yeah, I miss Dolomite. Okay, see, Mossberg, see, that's what I'm talking about. Mossberg says, thank you, Kay, for the short videos you put out about everyday things in life. Some things I don't realize every day, and those videos remind me of some of my faults. Man, God is great. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Mono 3X says, Kay, what's your favorite album you made? Y'all know, like every time somebody asks me that question, traditionally I would say Annihilation of the Evil Machine, and that's still right there. But nowadays I lean more towards Mind Vision. Mind Vision, when I listen to that album, it's just, I feel like it was pretty complete. It has some stuff on it, man. Mind Vision had a little bit of everything on it. Yeah. I bet you ain't got one of these. To escape, you'll have to navigate through space, for instance. 8 solar systems away might be the safest distance. Or not. Yeah, yeah. Thoughts on the Beastie Boys? I love the Beastie Boys. When the Beastie Boys first came out in the mid '80s, we was like, man, who are these dudes? See, the first song I heard from the Beastie Boys was a song they had called "Slow and Low," and "Slow and Low" had that 808. It had that boom, slow and low. Let yourself go, slow and low. That is the tempo. So I go back to the early Beastie Boys. And then when Paul Revere dropped, we was done after that. It was like when Paul Revere dropped, it was over. Carrington says I can listen to A Long Short Way with no skips. Man, shout out to my homie Big Pup. Yes, sir. Little season. We're in Satan's short season now. I can see that. Savage says you're in Satan's world. I can see that. Hey man, appreciate that, Mono. Mono says one of the best storytellers. I just want to be in every category, man. I appreciate that. Chris Dell on oil. Phantom Face says maybe if Kate made a track dissing all rappers with something. Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. Not this, not this version of me. A younger version of me might consider it, but nah. Hold on, Phantom Face. Tasha says, "What does a phantom face look like?" Looks like the face of a phantom. Tasha wants to know what a phantom face would look like. I think if we Googled phantoms, you would probably see different images of what a phantom looks like. So I think it's whatever phantom face, whatever his version of the phantom is, and that's the face. $73 likes, man. We got 73 likes. Massini Choice, I see you. I don't think we're gonna get to 100, and I'm not gonna hold y'all on here for 2 hours tonight. Because in the words of the Isley Brothers, I got work to do. I got work to do, man. Favorite album, Don't Blame It on the Music or Don't Give a Damn. Don't blame it on the music. What is that? Don't give a damn. Ain't that street military? What's don't blame it on the music? Don't blame it on the music. I don't think I know what that is. All right, man. Drop y'all locations, man. Let me give y'all shout outs. Everybody drop y'all locations, man. Let's get it on. I told y'all I wasn't gonna hold y'all long tonight. I appreciate y'all. Robert is in Cincinnati, Ohio. Motion Mix Entertainment is in Iowa. Travism 431, Australia. Connie is in San Diego. Mythical is in Funky Town. Mono 3X, South Carolina. Emmett is in Sweden. Okay, he's mentioned in the Bible. Okay. They say no one wants to see the sound of the Phantom Place. Oh, Melbourne, Australia. Okay, that's what's up. Grandmasters in Ypsilanti, Michigan, just west of Detroit. I ain't gonna read that last part. Anamonarchy is in Ontario. Cameron Keelan, what's going on? 254. WTX, what's that, Waco? Alex Z's is Spring Branch. Zero Waste, Western Canada, in the mountains. Demetrius is in Chicago. J Love is in Arkansas. Phantom Face is in the 614. Savage Philosopher, Cherokee Nation, Oklahoma. Vincent is in Hawaii. Robert Sanders, Trinity Garden Cartel. Oh, Trinity Garden's album, Don't Blame It on Me. Okay, I never knew the title. I got to go with Street, though. I got to go with Street. Little Season, Oklahoma. Massini Choice, New Zealand. All right, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Like I said, I wasn't going to hold y'all long because I got some stuff to do, man. I got to be a rapper tonight. It's all love. All right, man. Remember, look, go and pre-order the comic book. Raise your hand if y'all going to go get the comic book, man. Just raise your hand. Raise your hand if you're sure. If y'all going to go get the comic book, let me know. Y'all are pledging to get the new comic book. Also, y'all go check out the latest episode of Underground Dialogue Podcast. I promise you, y'all are going to enjoy it. Hope I spelled this right. I didn't. I guess I did. That's the site for the comic book, Mythical. There we go. I see you, Erica, sliding in here at the last second. How you been? All right, man. I'll catch y'all later on. Peace and hair grease.